All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Ocho Reacts and Listen. It's New Music Saturday, okay? Friday, yesterday I was filming something for 8:15, so couldn't get it in. But listen, last week y'all went crazy, all right? Which, by the way, appreciate all the love. I appreciate seeing all the love, seeing all the comments, and I did see all of the comments, all right? And y'all really, and we usually never do this. I usually leave that, like, that's the one aspect I usually leave to my own viewing, to enjoy, just not as content. Like, I'll go back and I'll watch, like, if I'm really rocking with a song, I'll go watch a performance. But there was a high demand for me to really watch. And you know what? I was thinking, since this is a super group, you know what I mean? This is a special occasion. And you know what? I'm in a good mood. I had some good news this week, some great news come through. I thought, why not give my subscribers, why not give the people, all right? Why not give you guys a nice little present, all right? So we are going to react to the M Countdown performance here of, we got no real name. All right, I'm just calling it the Hype Supergroup, the Hype Supergroup of the new generation. All right, we got Illit, Katseye, and the Sserafim. Iconic by Mistake. It's a slapper we already know. I was very intrigued to see what the performance is going to look like, again, with all the talent. Don't know if they expanded the Mnet stage for this, because that's a lot of head. Like, I know 17 got a lot of head, but this is a lot of people. All right, this is a lot of people on one stage. But I'm interested to see how they pull it off. And seeing as there is no performance video as well, thought why not? All right, nothing new really came on. I think Idol dropped, which again, as always, remember to like, share, and subscribe if you guys enjoying the content. And as always, if there's a song or group you guys want me to check out, all right, and if y'all want me to check out that new Idol song, then we can react to that. We'll do that in the queue probably for next week. Get that in. Trying to record a little bit earlier because I will be on vacation in Miami for the World Cup. All right, for those that wanted to know, if you didn't want to know, who cares? That's what I'll be doing. So might load that in a little bit earlier next week. But yeah. Alright, I think we covered everything. Let's get to it, man. Iconic by Mistake. This song is absolutely not iconic by mistake. I think I said that in the outro last week. So let's get it. I think Illit's second verse was my favorite off of the OG Listen. I think that's maintained throughout the week. We'll see after the performance if that changes. Let me say, all my vanity here, alright, before we really lock in here, Blonde Yunjin. Blonde Yunjin. Alright, let's keep rolling though. Hey. Just has a different type of charisma, by the way. Shout out to Illit, he's good. Love the jersey as the fashion show says. This is my favorite camera shot. All right, I'm going to nerd out with the camera work, okay? This is a performance. It's not usually like MV, so I will nerd out with the camera work. All right, this is my favorite. I know Inkiago, I think all of the performers, they kind of adopted it. I forget who did it first. I forget who did it first. Back in the day, really did this like, it's almost like a handheld. I think it is a handheld cam. Unless they have it like stationed, which it might be on a stabilizer to like zoom in properly. But I love the shot. I love the shot. The wide shot's cool, lets you see everything. But this really just like this zoom in is like a performer's shot. You know what I mean? That really helps you, how do I say, fall into the performance if it's a great performer, whether it's the facial expressions, how they move. I feel like this is just the idle camera shot from like a viewer perspective, from a technical perspective. Shout out to our Mnet here in this case for getting it right. I love it. Love it. But like 25, hey. Honestly, are you okay? Hey, there's just some part about that part of the song that drop is just so cold. I feel like the jersey fashion again was made for me. Ooh. Oof. I don't know what that's called. Dancers will probably know better than me. I'm just a camera guy. Right? I'm just a camera and editor guy. All right. But I don't know what the specific dance but just that is so aesthetically pleasing. I love that like when they like all lined up. Somebody can help me out probably in the comments. And then they just kind of like flash out and then they stick to like one position. I just love that. I love that. I love that. I don't know. I don't think it's isolation. I think that's a different thing with dancing. But the more choreo based people in the comments, let me know. All right, because I love that little thing and Illit killed it here. I need to tap in properly with Illit. All right, I'm super tapped in with Sserafim and Katseye, of course. But I need to tap in more with Illit and learn and really tap in because I really enjoy their music. All right, I've listened to the past few EPs. I've been tapped in, but I really need to dive in. All right, so we may need to throw that on the to-do list because they body this part, man. Sonically, bodied it. Shout out D Rose as well. My wife. It's ear candy, bro. Respectfully. I mean, Katseye is the performance group. Let's be real. Katseye is the this is what they do. This is what they do. All right, but I'm gonna try to keep my composure this time while Danielle and Megan try to kill me. But we gonna run one time for the one time, y'all. One time for the one time. Being that flexible as a dancer is just such an asset, bro. I used to talk about it all the time with like Lisa. It's such an asset. Lara, you the coolest. Junche, you the coolest. I'm nerding out once again. I'm pausing a whole lot. I'm so sorry, y'all. But is that a Jameer Nelson jersey? That always gets me, like the different like jerseys that they wear. Like as a sports fan, like I'm like, oh, I know who this is. Like on the jerseys, like I think that was a Lawrence Moore, which is a super deep cut. Like I'm like, it's not like they always have like the like prominent like superstars. It's like a Brady or LeBron jersey. Like you might see that every now and then. It's always like the stylist always get these like super almost not really niche, but like not as well known like players. But it fits whatever the aesthetic they're going for. But as a sports fan, it's always funny to see. But anyways, we go rolling now. Oh, mic on. Talk to me, so. Alright, I see how they made it work. I was like, who's the center? Yunchesh. I mean, Yunjin, of course. Everybody bodied that. No notes. I mean, Katseye, you know, it's Katseye, but everybody bodied that. You know what I mean? Listen, when you surface that much, you know, there's no need for like a specific in and fair. You just got everybody, all right? When you got the big three like that, you ain't even got to, you know, zoom in. You just hit that group shot. It's just everybody going crazy. You heard the crowd. You heard the crowd. I ain't have to do it. Y'all probably screaming at home too. Like I get it though. I get it though. I mean, look at him. Look at him. That was a great performance. All right, I want to see that on like which might be why they did it. But like at the end of the year, like the end of the year shows, I hope they run this back so we can see it on like a grand scale with like the ultimate like, you know, like production value and effects and all the like little things. Like I'm thinking they could do like almost like a compilation or like a melody of like the Sserafim comes, plays, you know, whatever single they want to play for it. Then Illit comes out, they do the whatever their single. Katseye comes out, does whatever their single, and then they come and finish with this. Like I feel like that would be crazy. All right. If that comes, creative directors, listen, I just want a little, just throw me a little bit. Just a little bag. Nothing crazy. Don't we got nothing crazy. I'll just take an invite. I'll take an invite to the show. If you want to take that idea. Hi, you know, listen, that's all it'll be. But yeah, no, this was cool. This was cool. Very good performance. Like I said, they're all professionals. All right, they're all professionals. I was not expecting for anybody to drop the ball here. They were all going to handle business, obviously. Katseye, like I said, though, they're the performance group. All right, this is what they do. I think their choreo was a little bit, I want to say more difficult, because that always makes it sound like you're kind of ragging on like the other groups in the situation. But it was just a little bit more. It had a little bit more to it, which makes sense with having Danielle and Megan and the caliber of dancers they have in that group. Not that you don't have great dancers in the other groups, but that's what Katseye is supposed to do. So good stuff, great track, and like I said, I hope we see it at the end of the year. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, all right, I hope you have a great June, because I am. But for now, Ocho signing off.